we're at the time of year now where most recruitment businesses start to die down, get a little bit excited, and we get into the next year is going to be the year, high five in, and we go out and we get the mince pies in our tummy, all that cool stuff. For those of you who've been with us for a period of time, you know that what we typically do this time of year is something called preloading your year. So where most of recruitment is now dying down, no, we're not doing that. This is where we get really, really set up, not to have just a good January, but to have a year that's strategic. And I mean hit big, big goals. So the problem that I see over and over again is this, and I mentioned it just now. In recruitment, we get all excited. This is going to happen end of the year, and then what happens in January, February, March, nothing's changed. Even with having a really good 2, 3, 4, 5 months, get really, really excited, and do you know what? We get back into our old ways of doing things. We don't want that. I said to you, my position is now changing, and you're going to see it in the new year. My position, how I want to, or actually want to create a new marketplace, a new niche, a new playing field, whatever you want to call it. As I mentioned before, I now want to be the guy who's building up recruitment businesses, in sometimes from scratch, sometimes in 10K a month, sometimes 100K a month, to sell. Whether you sell it or not, completely cool. But if you've got a business you can sell and demonstrate to investors, you're systemized to the hilt. That's where I'm moving my business to. What I spec'd out is I believe you can build a recruitment business from start to finish in 3 years and have it to sell. Now, I'm not totally on board with the current broker model that works in recruitment, but what we need to do is take our 3-year plan, if you've got one. You might have a 5-year, 10-year plan, pass it on to the kids. But we need to break it down into the next 12 months, next 90 days, next 30 days. And what I've realized in the last 12 months is we get excited this time of the year, but often we don't implement to the extent we should do. So I'm literally going to hold your hand through the process, focusing on your weaknesses. I'll say that again, focusing on your weaknesses, because that's the thing that's going to stop us. So the problem we got is this. This time of year, we get all excited about, yeah, next year we're going to hit it hard, I'm going to do this, and you know what? Nothing changes. The second thing is, December, we start to bullshit ourselves. So this time of year, though, we tend to, yeah, we might BS ourselves a little bit. Next year's going to be awesome because we get excited and we start putting the tree up, and we're humans. And we start to BS ourselves. We drop the ball in December. And what happens? We get the same problems, and then the same motivation drops at the same point in the year. And do you know what? Yeah, we might be doing better because we're using a new core automated tool, but why can another guy be doing 6-figure a month and I'm doing 30K a month using the same process? So I want to get out of that. I want to get out of that happening to you. So what we want to do is ensure we get a plan in place that gets massive results. Now, I use this guy over and over again, George S. Patton, but it's so true. And it's the one thing that just drives, and I say it over and over again, those who take massive action are not always going to be the guy with the degree or the database or the contacts or the really cool shoes, etc., etc. It's the violently, and that's the key word, guys, violently execution of the plan. So you think about when someone's violent, they're not process driven. They're not getting down into, should I do this? They're just going, bang, I need to do it now. But we have a plan, and that's what I want you to get into. So I want to remove you from the equation as much as possible today. Next, we want to cover our business holes. So we've got holes in the process. What we've done the last year, things worked, things didn't work. Team, us, business, things didn't work. Let's take it head on. Next, let's be honest with ourselves. What didn't work? What are your shortfalls? Let's take it head on. I am a crappy manager. I am crap at attention to detail when it comes to doing something over and over again. Having said that, my key driver is digital strategy, has been for 20 plus years now. And when I go through a process once, yeah, I've got really awesome attention to detail, but I can't do something more than once, twice. That's why a team needs to do this. What's your shortfall? We want to take this head on now. So what we're looking to do is get a plan that's going to work, and I'll be really direct. It's having no fuzzy woo-woo, high-fiving each other. Next year is going to be the year. Yeah, next year will be the year if we violently execute. And we're only going to violently execute a plan that we can follow based on who we are and what our team is and what our business is about. And that's what we're going to do. So 5 hot principles. I'm zipping through this because today's all about you going through a set of steps. The first thing is this. I want us to look back. I want us to look back at what we've done. And this isn't some woo-woo, yeah, well, I could have done better there. No, I'm going to go through a set of steps for you now. Let's look back first of all, because we can have the best laid plan in the world. And as I say to everyone who applies to join us, I say, listen, there's 3 factors I need to ensure that we're a green or a red in terms of inviting you in. And one of them is going to be about implementation. So why is it someone else can go through a mindset of, right, this is going to be an iterative approach. I'll go from 20% to 25 to 35 to 45 to 55, and then they're going to do something. Someone else is going to go, bang, I've got 25%, doesn't work, head in the sand, and going to be whatever they're going to be doing. Or someone else can come in and go, right, you know what, I've identified, yeah, I'm not in a niche, I'm in this huge marketplace. I don't need to be in a niche of 100,000 or 1 million clients to make $1 million. So I want to look back at what worked and what didn't work. And this isn't some woo-woo exercise. This is going to drive the projects we create. Now, I'm not laid out the actual terms of the projects because I want you to go through this. It's really, really important. Next, I want us to pull back the hood. Let's pull back the hood on your business and see what's really going on. What's really going on? So whether you got, well, do you know what? I've been using strategy, Andy, and I've got, and I've had 100 replies, and 5 of them said, yeah, can you hire us now? And 50 said they came out with another question. I didn't talk to the 50. Okay, what's really going on here? John Salt in the group, just being put forward for an award. John and I met, and John, give me the exact date. I can't remember exactly, but I presented to a private mastermind group. John was one of those members many years ago, and seeing John put in the group, yeah, I've been put forward for an award. Yeah, great. It didn't happen overnight in 10 minutes, but I'm really, really buzzing. That's one of the biggest buzzes I've had this week, seeing John put forward for an award. Didn't even know it happened. So what's going on underneath the hood? Is there stuff that really we can speed up the process? Is there stuff that's taking too long? Is there stuff you're doing you shouldn't be doing? Now, what I want to do is create a blueprint. A blueprint that's going to get you through from where you are to sell, not going through, right, we've got no clients, we've got no candidates, or we're having up and down months and we're all excited. And, Andy, I've got this one strategy. I'm done now. Great. I've made it so clear. I do not want to be associated with those people with short-sighted. I don't want that. We want to create a blueprint, whether you want to sell the business or not, that moves you through to selling. Really important. It moves you through to selling. That's what we want to be creating as a blueprint. And if you don't want to sell, that's completely cool. It's completely cool. But the systems, the automation, the replication, that's going to allow you to either sell or scale hugely. So we want to create a blueprint that does this. And the key word is rapid. Next thing, I can't stress this enough. Cannot stress this enough. You're building a business that works without you. It works for you and it supports you. So it works without you. Key. But it works for you. Now, the minute you might have a mental block. When I started this business, my key outcome was I want to work from a laptop. And in those days, the 4-hour work week wasn't written. These things weren't written. I went through every trial and error you can imagine. But I knew where I wanted to be. So remember Damien from Solar Group said, him and I had a private conversation. He went, yeah, the whole laptop, I'm not into that. It doesn't suit me at all. I want an office with people. Great. Whereas you've got Keith, he's going off to Thailand next month. Or I'm not sure if this month is it Keith. He might even be there now. I'm not sure. But we want to build a business that works, A, without you, but also works for you. What do you want? And here's the thing. You're going to see other people in your marketplace, and it happens now, potentially coming in and trying to copy things that we do and all that. That's why we're always moving ahead. But someone in your marketplace is going to be creating a business from scratch, and they will be going to some crazy figure, or they might be doing 10K a month now, and they're going to get to 100K a month. Why shouldn't that be you? Why shouldn't it be you? Why shouldn't it be you? Think about that. Why can't you be the number one person in your marketplace, whether it's global, local? Why cannot you be the guy that gets calls saying, can you come and speak on stage? You might not want to do it. But why can't you be the guy who's going to be having a business that's doing $1, $2, $3, $4, $5 million, and you're actually not working business? Why shouldn't it be you? Someone else will do this. Someone else will. So the question is, why shouldn't it be you? And this isn't woo-woo. This is a block. I think I can do anything. I really believe this. One of my best friends, when I was a kid, you guys know I was dyslexic, and there's three of us, me, Wilkes, and Reedy, growing up as kids. And the way we used to always frame it was Reedy is the guy who had the intelligence. He did double maths, physics, chemistry, and something else. He did 5 A levels, and there's me and Wilkes. Anyway, he had gift of the gab, but I was always one who grafted. I was the worker. I knew I could do anything, but really made a really real clear statement to me as a kid. He believed any job that you could do, any job in the world, literally virtually any job, if you do it enough times over and over and over again, you can become one of the best in the world at it. And I believe that to this day. And this guy here, Conor McGregor, he believes it's his work ethic. But guys, what we're doing here, there's nothing here about, quote, talent. It's about implementation of systems, implementation of process. So someone can take on board what we're going through and they can create a 7-figure business and decimate you. Or you can take it on board, implement it, and decimate them. Or potentially it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 of you in one niche and all do awesome. But the fact is this, anything's possible. It really is, anything is possible. And that's the key thing here. Whatever your metric is, John said last week before, what about an 8-figure business? Great, it's possible. So this is the thing I say over and over again, and it's something you might go, oh, he's saying the same thing. It's all about just implementation. It's all about implementation and being iterative. We should now have clarity and start to get this percolate in the next few days about, right, where are the gaps? What do I need to fix? So what I urge you to do is this. Print this off. Keep it on your desk. Keep it on your desk for the next few days. Append it. Add to it. Think about it. If a process isn't working, why is it not working? Not it's just not working. Okay, why is it not working? Because the tool's crap. Okay, why is the tool crap? That shouldn't ever be the case, but because my team are no good. Okay, why are the team no good? We haven't got the data. Why haven't we got the data? Because LinkedIn isn't working. Okay, why is LinkedIn not working? Let's get real on what the problem is here. Not the actual symptom, the actual what's going on, the key driver underneath it. And normally, it's going to come back to this. You, me, us. We drive the team. Team drives the biz and leverage your role in the business. So let's get really clear on what's not working and why.